Okay. So, we need practice. Our practice is nothing new. It's all the same stuff we did. Because that quiz, a little rough. A little rough. Your 7 rules. Do you have your 7 rules, at least on a note card or something? Like, if you don't want to keep looking up here. All right? They're going to keep coming back. That's it. Those 7 things are all I need for the rest of this. I just might have to use more than one at a time. So here's how this works. A, you're going to notice that the numbers are off and the spacing is kind of weird. I took a old worksheet from a different curriculum that I may or may not have pirated, and I screenshot it, and I throw a little blank white box on problems so that there's not so many of them. There were twice as many problems on each of these pages. Okay, so I cut down the number of them. What I'm going to do is everything over here on the right, I'm going to go through all the different types. You're going to take care of all the ones on the left. That's it. We just need some more practice today. So we're going to start here, and I am always going to rewrite them because they are pixelated like 16-bit Mario. Okay, starting there. You always look for what rules am I dealing with here. And if you need to make a note to yourself, start with parentheses. Always, always, always start with parentheses, because that's our order of operations. What up here has parentheses and a thing in the parentheses?
Rule number 7.
7, 4, and 3 all got parentheses, right? Now I look at 7 has a fraction in it. Does this have fraction in it? No. 4 has a multiplication in it. Does this have multiplication in it? In the parentheses? No. So it's got to be rule 3. You look for what on my paper looks like one of these rules. I see it looks like rule 3. Rule 3 says I take exponent times exponent. So that's exactly what I do. I follow these rules. So what is 4 times negative 3? Okay. Okay. Now, it doesn't make sense to try to take the x to the negative 12 times 2 or the 2 times the x to the 4th because they're not the same kind of thing. They don't have the same base. The example I was using when we were doing commutative properties said it's like trying to mate a turtle with a giraffe. Fun to watch, doesn't accomplish anything. I have a turtle, a giraffe, and a turtle. The turtles can't get together with the giraffe in between them. So, rearrange it. Commutative property says I can turn that into 2 times x to the negative 12th times x to the 4th. I can rearrange. Okay. Now, which of the rules does this look like? Well, there's no more parentheses. No more parentheses means 3, 4, and 7 are out. Kevin? Rule number 2 says an exponent times an exponent. And what do I do with those exponents? I add them together. So I will add negative 12 and 4 to x to the, you owe me $12. You pay me $4. You still owe me 8, right? You got to do it again. So to the negative 8th. How many of you, because I just started talking, didn't look at the instructions at the top at all? Right? Like, be honest. I just walked up here and started blabbing. Did anyone read the instructions? Okay, what does it say?
Your answer should contain only positive exponents.
Simplify them only positive exponents. I got a negative exponent. So I go over to my rules and I say, what do I do with negative exponents? You said, flip it, right? You're negative. Knock it off. Go downstairs. And once you're downstairs, now you're happy. Whenever it switches from negative to positive, that's numerator to denominator or denominator to numerator. Anytime it switches, it changes sign. That's it. Done. Now, do I have to do all of this? No. Can some of you go from here to here, add these two, know that it's negative, so immediately write it downstairs? Yeah! I'm writing every stage so that we're understanding, even if you are able to recognize and skip a few steps, it's still just these rules. Every single stage is just these rules. Okay. And then we rewrite because Mario. Now they both kind of say 2v squared. That's not really what's going on because I see parentheses, right? Not only do I see parentheses, I see more than one thing in parentheses. Go over to your rules. 7, 4, and 3 all have parentheses. Okay, rule number 3 says a thing to, or an exponent to a power, but aren't there more than one thing in there? Right? There's more than one thing in there. And this says they both get that thing. So, treat it kind of like distribution. Show this. Say 2 squared times v squared times 2v squared. Do I have to rearrange it, or can we see what's happening next? Turtles with turtles, giraffes with giraffes. Okay, don't make it weird. 2 with 2. 2 times 2. Oh, wait. I can't do that yet. One of them's got an exponent on it. So maybe I'll switch to 2 to the second times 2 to the first times v to the second times v to the second. What do I do with 2 to the second times 2 to the first? Which rule? Exponent times exponent. Add them up. So I'm going to do that for both. I'll add these guys and add those guys. So we'll say 2 to the third and v to the fourth. Now v to the fourth is just v to the fourth. I can't do anything with it because I don't know what v is. But I know what 2 is. It's 2. So either you can do it in your head or you grab that calculator. 2 times 2. 2 times 2 times another 2. 8. Keep doubling. Double and double and double and double. This is 8v to the fourth. I would probably want to write from here to here. But could I say v to the second times v in the second is v in the fourth? Well, this is 4 times 2. That's legal, right? You're still following math law. You just got there faster. If I asked, how do you get from here over to, what's it called? Jorgensen Park, right? Could you go cross country across the practice field and just like mud it over there? Yeah. You might want to go on the road first. Could you take a detour through the McDonald's drive-thru and then go over there? Yeah. They were two different routes, but you still get there. And then they get bigger and uglier. Oh, there we go. Oh, number 6. Well, oh. Oh, rule number 6. Oh, okay. All right. It's kind of a combination of multiple rules here. What I would do, you don't have to, you can do it your own way, is I'm going to take y's with y's first. Numbers with numbers. Maybe I turn this into 6 y to the 6th and an x over 3x squared y to the 4th. Do you see how I did it? I'm not showing as much this time. Number with number. 2 times 3 is 6. Exponent times exponent, I add them. So I have 6 y's altogether. What's up?
Why do you have x to the 7th if x to the 7th?
It's a 2. I wrote it fast. Here, I'll make the tail on it a little bit. Now it just looks like a mess. Now it's just a mess. Here. But does everyone see how I got there?
Yeah.
Would it be hard to tell how I got there if I didn't have those lines and squiggles and that little bracket connecting the 3's?
Yes.
This is why we write out our work. Because if you go straight from white to green without all that mess up there to show how you got there, it's going to be tough to follow. How many times have you gotten to the end of your work? Maybe you killed a whole page. You get to the end, you go to check the answer, it's not even close. You look at your page and you're like, I don't know. You just start over. Because you can't follow your own work. Anyone should be able to pick up your work and follow what's going on. Okay, now that I'm over here, I'm going to say numbers with numbers. Those are not exponents. They don't follow exponent law. So, just take 6 and divide it by 3, right? So divide 2, divide 1. So I know I've got a 2. Then, I intentionally wrote them dumb like this. What do I compare with what? Turtles with turtles, giraffes with giraffes. X's with X's. Okay, what's the exponent on this guy then? 1. Then you play the who's got more game. So I can either say that's x to the negative first and then I'll move it later. Or I can just immediately throw x on denominator because I know there's 1 more on the denominator. Do it again. Red. U. So this is y to the 6th over y to the... This got weird because they were written kitty corner, right? So when that happens, there's nothing wrong with rewriting it. 6xy to the 6th over 3x squared y to the 4th. Rewrite it so it's cleaner, so it's easier, so it's not such a mess. Then say this is 2 Then say this has an x on a denominator. Then say this has a y squared on the numerator, because I'm constantly subtracting them. Subtracting, rule number 6. Okay. We don't have to make it crazy. We don't have to get all buck wild on this. Just follow the rules. I told you before, the bigger these get and the more ways there are to do them. Because exponents are about repeat and multiplication. Repeat and multiplication is commutative. So the order I do stuff in doesn't matter as long as I'm following those 7 laws. So someone just tell me something that you know you can do up here. One thing that you know you can do with this stuff.
What about 6? Rule number 6.
Rule number 6 says I can subtract exponents that are the same. Like, so which ones do you want to do that with? The 2 and the 2. If I take 2 minus 2, I get x to the 0, which is 1. So maybe I'll just cancel those out right away. All right. What's one more thing I can do? Keep going until you can't do anymore. Flip the switch. Okay. Chloe says, I see a -1 there. I'm going to put that up top. So now we have a 3, put the x up top, y squared. Downstairs I have a 2 and a 4y. Okay, just keep doing things to it. Follow these rules. Anything else? Yeah?
Rule 6 again.
Rule 6 again. I see y squared over y to the first. 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay? More. There's one more thing I can do. Yeah, just multiply the numbers, right? 2 times 4 is 8. So you just follow the rules. This time I wasn't writing out line by line, stage by stage what we're doing. Instead, we're just kind of picking at it, right? No, I want you to do this because when I look at this, do you still see what I did? Yeah. X's were canceled. I highlighted this and brought it upstairs. I canceled here. And then finally, that's an 8. Like, I can follow what's going on. There's still work shown. Perfectly fine. Come on, Frank, keep up. We've had another week and a half since the last time I asked. I was asking my morning classes. Y'all notice a difference between these computers and last year?
I mean, they're so much slower.
Mine is disgustingly slower. The lag between what's happening now and our stream, it's like a solid 2.5 minutes. Yeah, it's pretty bad. The stream video is showing up really jerky and just sucks. When I try to use my calculator up here, I have to type like this. Because it won't register it at all because the processor is running that slow. So I'm not a fan of these at all. I'm going to see if I can't get our tech guys to put my stream software back on the old laptop and just use that instead. But I think that they cheaped out when they did the bid for this year's computers. But unfortunately, that means we're stuck with them for 2 years. So unless there's a massive system-wide issue that they can go to the distributor with, no, we're just stuck with these for 2 years. But anyway, I see 3 different rules, 4 rules right away. You said number 7, multiple things in an exponent. Well, the fraction, the whole thing isn't in parentheses. So it's not 7, but I do see rule 4 is on the fraction. Okay? So let's take care of that first. Who's getting that 3? Everyone inside. So that's 2m to the negative 4th. Little invisible 1 there. Oh, multiple things in there. It's an exponent to an exponent. That's a rule by itself, not just rule 4, rule 3. I'm going to take the exponents and multiply them. 1 times 3 is 2 to the 3rd. Negative 4 times 3 is m to the negative 12th. Okay, now I see negatives. Flip the switch. Could you flip both switches at the same time? Everyone ever do that with a double switch that they're facing the wrong ways? And it's so satisfying to flip them both at the same time. You feel like a magician. Okay. So I see 2m to the 12th, 2 to the 3rd, m to the 4th. Okay. I flip both switches at the same time. That was something I could do. Anyone got more? The reason I'm letting you drive the bus on this is to show you that there are different routes. Rule number 6 says an exponent over an exponent, I do what with them? Okay. So what is 12 minus 4? Okay. So I've got 2. No, it's not. Okay. M to the 8th. Did I say 12 minus 6?
Yeah. Or no, I don't know.
I don't even know either. Y'all, this has been a long week. Okay. But did I say 12 minus 6?
Yes, you did. I don't know. Yes,
No, I said
Okay. 2 to the 3rd. Oh, wait. Couldn't I have also done that with my 2's? No. What comes out of my mouth? No. That's just, there's a disconnect between my brain and my mouth because this week. All right. I could have done it here too. What is 1 minus 3? Close. Negative 2. But now I have a negative 2. Flip the switch. Could I, instead of subtracting like that, could I instead have done the who's got more game? Just say there's 2 more 2's on the denominator and cancel out like that.
Bless you.
The power of Christ compels you. What can I still do?
Bless you.
Huh? One last step.
you can 2, 7 equals 4.
Okay, I can actually take care of my exponent here. Call it m to the 8th over 4. Now, that was one route. Watch this. Look at what's in parentheses, top and bottom. So, who's got more gain? I could, right now, come all the way back here and say, like that. That's sneaky. So now, 2m to the negative fourth squared is 1 over 2 squared is 4. M to the negative fourth is m to the negative eighth. Then flip the switch and... Yeah?
So, would it still count as the same answer if you have a 1 in front of the m?
Ooh,
1m.
it's still the same value, but it's not simplified all the way. If you don't need to put a 1, don't.
Would you count it wrong?
After this conversation, yes. Yesterday on the quiz, no. But now that we're explicitly talking about it, yeah. Because I only need the 1 as a placeholder. Like right here, there was nothing left on the numerator. So I put a 1 as a placeholder. As soon as the m came upstairs, I don't need a placeholder anymore because now there's something there. Okay, it's kind of like you don't need someone to hold your place in line if you're in line. Okay. I would like for y'all to tell me which ones I am doing. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1. Kai. Which one do I do? On the back side. Front side is yours. Pick one that you're like, ew, make me do that one. 29? 22?
I knew you were going to choose that one. I knew you were going to choose that one.
I'm okay with this because to the 0. What is that? 1. It looks scary. It looks scary, but to the 0 is just 1. It looks scary. So that's 1 over 2 h to the negative third, j to the negative fourth, k to the negative second. Ooh.
Way too fast. A little more.
I think you just...
Oh, we're gonna do more. I got the die up here. What do I still need to do though? Flip a whole bunch of switches. You're coming up to the whole thing and going, all of them, right? Oh, not all of them. Who stays downstairs?
2.
The 2. So I have h to the third, j to the fourth, k to the second, all over 2. So it looks scary until I really realize, wait a second. Anything. No, I don't see a negative anywhere over here.
No, you don't make that.
Remember when this switch comes up, it's positive. When this switch comes up, it's positive. Every time. Okay? All right. Ah! Crit. 8. Who was 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Pick one on the back side that I got to do. I'm going to do 4 of these. 20?
I got the same thing. I got the other.
Well, I see something with parentheses. So I should do something with parentheses first. Always get rid of your parentheses first. Okay? What rule is that? Rule number 4, multiple things in parentheses. Just say it, bud. Just say it. It's okay. So you get this, and you get this, and you get this. What do I do with an exponent to an exponent? You see how rule 4 is almost like rule 3b? It says just do rule 3 to more than one thing. So we'll turn this into 2 to the 3rd, x to the 9th, z to the 6th, because I'm multiplying all of those. Hey, you know, while there's this handy-dandy dividing wall between the numerator and denominator, is there anything I could clean up on the denominator before I write it? Okay. Kevin said there's a -4, so I can bring that upstairs. All right. I see a pair of z's. What do I do with z to the thing times z to the thing?
You add the
Right? Z squared times z to the 3rd.
you add
I know they got a little space between them now. Rule number 2, an exponent times an exponent. So I'm going to rewrite this as x to the 3rd, y to the 4th, z to the 5th. Okay. Now what? You know what? I see a whole bunch of alphabet soup, top and bottom.
I thought the Y was a G for a second.
Oh, yeah. How about z's? There's 5 down here, but 6 up here. Can I do that? I see 3 x's here, 4 x's here. Turn that into a 1. Right? 4 minus 3 is 1. There's 2 more things I can still do. Maybe it's looking a little iffy because I've got too much stuff there. I'm going to rewrite what I know is here. I see 2 to the 3rd, x to the 9th. I'll write it next to my other x. A z to the 1st, a y to the 4th. What can I still do?
What about add?
I can add exponents, 1 plus 9. There you go. Take your time, look at the rules. So that's x to the 10th, z over y to the 4th. Almost there.
You can do 2 to the power of 3, which is going to be 8x 10z.
It is 8, yep. 8x to the 10th, z, y to the 4th. Now, you notice how I started going this way, but then I started writing backwards? If you were on your own paper, maybe we would screw up if we saw that, because we'd think, I do this and then I do this. Well, how the crap did I go and then get confused? There's nothing wrong with, on your paper, doing this. I'm just showing you the path that I went. Would that help you to follow your own work later? Okay. Yo, make it look like Madden's football play from hell. Have just like arrows and crap all over the place. If you're pointing to where you're going, someone else should be able to follow it, right? Okay. Double reverse screen triple option. Like at that point you're just like playing catch. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shane,
Oh no.
pick one. What do I have to do?
Oh, 16.
16. Right there. Okay. What's the thing that we're zeroing in on right now? 0. Ha ha ha. Wordplay. Bam. That guy's just gone. Right? Anything to the 0 power is 1. Okay. I heard flip the switch again. There's a negative. So I'm going to take 2. Y'all okay if I write the X first? I just like putting it in alphabetical order. That's how most textbooks go. And then I'll take what's left, this guy's gone, and throw it downstairs. Now it's 2y squared to the third like this. I put it downstairs. Now it's okay. Okay. Rule 7 is when I apply an exponent to the entire fraction. Who's that 3 touching? The parentheses. Everything inside gets it. So even though there is a fraction, I think that's rule 4 on the denominator, because it's not to the entire thing. Just downstairs. You pay attention to where that exponent is only on this little parenthesis. So we have a 2x to the third, y, and you get this, y to the 6th, rule number 2. Or no, rule number 3. And you get this. Okay? I should have who what?
Did you just do that backward?
Did I do what backwards?
Well, you did this y
Yeah,
first.
Oh, I did the y and then the 2? Yeah.
So it's, the order doesn't matter.
Yeah, order doesn't matter. They're both getting it. Okay. What do I still have? Okay, we've got a 2 to the third. We've also got exponents on the y's. Oh, wait. Y over y to the 6th. Who's got more game? Gavin's already like. Okay. Cross that out, turn that into a 5, because 1 minus 6 is a negative 5, 5 downstairs. Okay. Oh, hey, I know what 2 to the third is. We just did it. What is 2 to the third?
8.
8. Remember, 2 times 2 times 2. I turned that 2 to the third into an 8. So now we're at 2x to the third over 8y to the 5th. I'm done, right? I've only got x's and y's. I still have to simplify. What goes into 2 and 8?
2.
2, right? 2 times 4 makes the 8. That was so random. Okay. You're right. Like 8 divided by 2 is the 4. You're thinking about the answer already. Okay. Sometimes that happens in class too, is I'll ask kids, hey, what's the thing? And they say the answer for the thing 2 steps down the road. Like, slow down. Whoa, back. Like downshift, dude. Second gear. Okay. Now, I don't need that 1, right?
It should be x to the third.
I have an x to the 3rd upstairs. I don't need that 1 anymore. So it's just x to the 3rd over 4y to the 5th. Okay. Last one. The dice will speak. Gavin. Number 2. The dice have chosen you. Pick one on the back side that I have to do.
I feel bad for the people who have not been chosen.
Oh,
29.
29. I thought we did. Oh, no, we're going to choose 29. That's right. We were going to choose 29 and then got spooked by to the exponent. Y'all ever see that old Tide commercial where it's like the Tide stain talking and dude's like at a job interview?
Yeah. No, I have never seen that. I don't want to.
It's the idea of there's a stain on your shirt and it's distracting the whole time he's trying to have this conversation. He's being calm and reasonable and he's saying, oh yes, I appreciate everything that your company does. I would love to be a part of your marketing management team, but the whole time the stain is going It's great. It's great.
You should find that.
Okay. Oh, I should probably well, no, this looks decent enough. I don't have to rewrite it. Stop it. Freshman. Take them in stages. M over M. Who's got more game?
Top.
The top one, right? 4 M's is bigger than 2 M's. By how much? Do it again. With your N's, who's got more game? By how much? Look at the P's. Who's got more game? By how much? 4 and 3. Can I reduce that? Is there a number that goes into 4 and into 3? No.
I'm just now starting to understand this.
Yay! Yay! That's the point of this. We want to practice until I'm just going to take a bunch of different cooked noodles and I'm going to keep throwing them at the wall until one of them sticks.
I'm like, that was what we just did. I just started figuring out.
This is here. This is here. That's gone. This is here. That's gone. That's gone. That's here. There you go.
Why was that easier than shorter?
There were no parentheses. The parentheses with an exponent outside are usually the ones that monkey with us. Okay? Parentheses. Okay. All right. I rolled the dice. I did 4 on the back. Everything else, front and back, is yours. You have 35 minutes. You got lots of time to do this. When you are done, your time is yours, assuming that you have completed everything. If you are not using your time wisely, we're going to separate you from everyone else. Okay? One of us is going to park right next to you and just force you to do it. Okay? Please. Use this time wisely. I want you to ask questions. You got 2 teachers in here. You got peers who sound like they know what they're doing. Ask around. Work together. Okay? Go. The rest. Yeah. The rest of it is all just you. Okay? So.